And the one thing that I really wanted to do was add acoustic wall panels because there's a lot of sound bouncing around in this office. So that's exactly what I did. Hey, it's your boy Nathan here, aka Six Cinema. Welcome back to the channel. As you can see behind me, we got them up and I'm gonna show you how I put them up. I needed someone with some tools and some help, but it was really easy to do. Let's go take a look. So like I said, I definitely needed someone to help and I needed the tools. So I got my girlfriend's dad to help me out, and he is a contractor, so it made it a lot easier, but the setup was easy in itself. If you have the tools readily available, it would be very easy. The biggest thing was just cutting the panels down to size. And because I got 8-foot ceilings and they come in 9-foot panels, we had to cut about a foot off of each panel, and we needed about 7.5 panels to go across this back wall. If you know the color of the acoustic felt that you have on the back of the panels, make sure that you're getting screws to match, because if I got silver screws and I put them into this black paneling, you would just see the screws throughout the whole wall. So we started putting up the first panel, and I made sure that the panel was tight to the ceiling. Luckily in this house, they did build the wall perfectly. So every 16 inches, we had a new stud to screw in. And even if there wasn't a stud to screw the panels into the wall, these things aren't going anywhere. They're pretty light. And if you have a couple screws all the way down, they're gonna hold into the drywall, and especially if you have drywall screws. And the one thing that we had to really worry about was the plug and cutting around the plug. It all ended up perfect. We had 7.5 panels all the way across, and I think it makes the room look amazing. So the main reason that I actually wanted to get panels was, first off, the sound. And having the panels up definitely makes a difference. There's not as much sound bouncing around this room. Obviously, if I had more walls covered, I'd probably have less sound bouncing around, but the difference it makes, it literally sounded like I was in a cave before I had these panels up. Now you can actually control the sound a lot better, and there's not as much echoing going on in my office. The second reason I wanted these panels is because they just look good. Like, the look of this space is way better than it was before. And because I'm renting right now, I wanted something that would change the room, but I didn't have to actually paint, because a lot of times when you rent places, if you paint the room, you have to ask for permission, and then you have to paint it back when you leave. And for me, that was just too much work. So I wanted something that was easy, and changing the look of your room by not painting it and just throwing these panels up, I can take these panels with me wherever I go. And hopefully the walls are about the same size, but most rooms are standard to 8 feet. So now that I have them cut, I can probably just put them up in the next room that I'm in and just take them with me, which is great. Another thing that's actually great is that I got a shelving unit and a hook. Instead of hanging and screwing it into the panels, I was able to just hook up the shelf that came with it. Also just a simple hook to hang my bag up. It just adds a nice look to the wall panels. The last thing that I added myself was I picked up these lights behind me from Amazon, and it just ties the whole thing together. The best thing about these Panelux acoustic panels is the install. It was the easiest thing that I have ever done. And obviously having another person to help makes a huge difference, but if you had to do this yourself, I guarantee you can. The hardest thing about doing it yourself would be holding it up to the wall while you had to screw it in. But other than that, painless, simple, easy installation. So are these panels worth it? I would say 100% yes. The look, having less sound bouncing around, and then the ease of install just made this room 100 times better, and I'm completely happy with the way it has turned out. Just the look alone, like, take a look at my old setup for this talking head versus the new setup, way better. So if you want to upgrade your home office, your studio, maybe your bedroom, I would suggest to hit up Panelux, because their quality is absurd. Definitely gonna beat out anything else that you would see on Amazon. Anyway, that's it for this video. Make sure you hit that subscribe button, and I will see you in the next one. Take it easy. Peace.